What does a football game look like in a single picture? If the average NFL contest packs 153 plays into just 1,080 seconds of game action, how can one single frozen moment sum up all that drama? There's a saying in physics that the purpose of time is to keep everything from happening all at once. Answering that question, then, is going to take someone who sees that as a challenge, not a rule.
My name is Pell Cass, and I'm a photographer from Brookline, Massachusetts. I make composite photographs, and it shows a period of time all smashed into one print.
By using the camera to collapse space and time, Pell's art shows what the audience observes but can't see. So it's no surprise that athletes became the perfect muse for a series of photos titled Crowded Fields.
They make extreme movements in a concentrated, focused spot, and to me that was the perfect subject. I really do see that the rules of sports are almost a compositional tool. The paths that players take, each one makes a shape in space. Divers, it's kind of a triangle, but then with a vortex in the center. Baseball, they run in circles, that's obvious, and hockey players go to all the positions, unlike, say, basketball, where players stay in lanes. What I'm photographing is invisible. It becomes visible when it's frozen and it's still and you can study it.
Capturing the complete story of a football game, then, means taking our eyes off the ball and thinking more like a camera.
David Hockney said the camera sees everything at once. It sounds simple enough, but it's absolutely true. Chronophotography started with scientific ideas in mind. Edward Muybridge, for example, who did the famous pictures of horses, wanted to see were all the legs up off the ground. You'd had no way of knowing until then what things looked like in motion.
By breaking action into frames that can be studied, chronophotography helps us understand football too. It's how we make the game's biggest decisions.
They look discombobbled in the replay booth.
I caught it. No way, look at that. Watch. On the ground. No. No.
Oh, that's a catch.
Oh my God.
That's incredible.
Since the inception of NFL films, football has been played fast and played back in slow motion. It's how we observe the details of a game that happens at warp speed. But to create an image of a game all at once, warp speed is part of the solution.
Stop motion or time-lapse photography wanted to, if possible, invent a new way to use the description. My kind of time-lapse, everything happened the way you see it, just out of order and all together at once.
If a picture freezes a moment in time, Pell's technique freezes a time lapse, and it's how he set out to tell the story of one of the season's most dramatic games. By capturing over 8,000 pictures and smashing them together onto a singular, chaotic plane.
So my goal when I thought about this was to get at least some kind of image, a ball or a player or a referee or something for each play of the game. So there, why not start with the literal opening kickoff? But I think I probably have 8,000 frames to go through, so I'll go through those over and over. My process is a labor of tedium and endurance. And the big reward for me was being able to make a picture that was, to me, really surprising. And you see only the things that I've added. Every area has something rhythmic and chaotic but orderly. When I photograph thousands of pictures, there's always a rhythm of the photo. There was one play that I got really excited about. Lamar Jackson dropped the ball, which is a catastrophe.
Lamar bobbles the snap.
And then he did this just picture book stiff arm.
He's being chased, stiff arms a man. Finally slings in the back of the end zone. Touchdown! Oh my!
Lamar Jackson's so elusive. He embodies the kind of energy that I'm looking for in these pictures. If I add enough moments of drama, my theory goes, it'll be exciting overall.
Burrow with time, throws, caught by Higgins, touchdown! Bengals! Myers deep downfield for Chase, he's got it!
Lamar Jackson extending the play under pressure. Lamar, he's being chased. Unbelievable!
Money back approaches
Tucker's
the ball,
kick
swings
is up.
the leg.
Burrow wants to throw under pressure, hit and sack!
Jamar to the 40, spinning to the 50, it's a foot race.
Bateman has it in the 10.
The 5, touchdown! Bengals!
I have a rule which is I don't change anything about the space, I just change the time. Cut the time different ways and you get different shapes. When I decided to focus only on the extraneous stuff, halftime, warm-ups, there happened to be paratroopers, cheerleaders, of course, more photographers than I've ever seen in one spot. My kind of time-lapse tells this very subjective story, but it's all the same picture, two completely different things in a way happen simultaneously. I feel like that I'm somehow looking inside the world to see how football works a little bit. The rules of the game and the boundaries kind of create the way the players move, where they go and what they do.
The Ravens were playing soft zone, trying to keep everything in front of us. Jamar Chase just runs right through it.
The picture kind of has a center of gravity right in the middle, emanating from the passers, and everybody's looking to the ball. There's a cluster of quarterback Joe Burrow, and you can see he's just in the pocket, much more so than Jackson, scrambling and being tackled, and I bet he completed that pass.
Lamar running to the right, fires, complete. Bateman has it in the 10. Touchdown, Ravens!
The players spend a lot of time right on the edge to get an advantage. The closer they get to the sideline, the more expressive their poses are. There's a lot of equipoise they put into just getting to some difficult little piece of space up in the air where they can get the ball and their opponent can't. Bodies describe the other person, their opponent, like clutching each other or pushing each other. These individual battles that I like so much, they add up to the sum of the whole game. Maybe coaches should go through stills more than just video, I don't know.
So what does a football game look like in a single picture?
If you look at an NFL game all at once, it looks a bit of a mess.
The answer lies in the in-between, the nuances unnoticed, where stripping away time reveals how a place moves, and how freezing it allows us to make order of disorder. And that, at the end of the day, is drama.
I think those things are reflected in my pictures, that there's a chaotic nature to football. You're trying to do something, and they're all trying to stop you.
Tucker's kick is up. It is good! And the Ravens have won in overtime in Cincinnati.
It's about struggle and striving for things and trying. That's kind of what the world seems like, or what life seems like.